Well, hello there everyone, it's Kryptonite and welcome back to Foundry. So, are you wondering how to build a gigantic bus system just like this one for maximum efficiency in your factory in Foundry? Well, if you are, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video to learn everything you need to know about building a bus system. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so as you can see, I've already kind of started the bus system, and that's just because I was doing a little bit of testing. So as you can see down here, I've kind of got two methods, but we'll go through them in a minute and I'll kind of discuss what I think works best or what we'll do, and then we'll do some more testing and try and work out the best way to do it. So as you can see here, I've got my miners set up, I've got my smelters. So as you can see, I've gone for 4 sets of the rods and the plates. Now I have seen some other people when they're doing this, they've kind of just got the 2 sets, but I thought I'd kind of expand it a little bit more, just see how it behaves with the 4 sets. So over here, I've basically got this sort of production here, which is doing the building blocks. So as you can see here, I've kind of put the splitters or the splitters merger, I've kind of put them on the same level, and as you can see, I've raised it all up one level, and I think this kind of works better than them being on the floor in regards to sort of space and placement. But as you see here, I've put the splitters up the top, and then I've brought the conveyor belts down for the rods and the plates, and then I've kind of separated the building blocks into storage and then splitting off to add onto the bus system. Now on this side, I've just got the wire coils in production over here, and as you can see, I've kind of decided to bring the plates and the rods down and then split them, and then kind of just again split the coils into storage and then up here onto the bus system. So at the moment, just at first glance, I think this is going to work a little bit better in regards to the organization and the space, but we're going to play around and do some testing anyway. So I am kind of debating whether to bring these wire coils just onto this outside stretch or whether I should bring them onto each separate line, just for future planning, so I can kind of expand a little bit more. So if I decide to not necessarily go too wide, but obviously expand this way or even expand to a second floor, I could kind of use these ones as well to kind of expand out. So what we're going to do is try and split this, and we're going to kind of bring it to each section here just to see how it behaves. So what I'm going to need to do is delete this lot first. I can use the bulk delete, but I'll just do it like this quickly. And then what we're going to do is add a splitter here. Now this kind of fits nicely because it does squeeze itself sort of underneath, but I kind of want to move it back a few spaces so I can bring it on the outside line. So just here it should be fine. And then what I want to do is bring this round and lift this back up, and then I want to expand this out just here. Now this one, what I want to do is carry it along here and bring it onto this line, but then I'm going to have to add another splitter into this again, which is where it's not quite going to work how I wanted it to. So this is going to be kind of the issue. We can go like that and then possibly bring another one over here. Now do I go back one and utilize this space here, because I'm not going to bring these conveyor belts out because I've got that there. So what's probably going to be the better idea is to bring that one there, and then maybe I will swing this one down again, possibly like that. Now let's see how this is going to work. So we kind of want to think what's going to be best is to do it like this, and then we'll swing this one down here as well. And then actually we don't need this last one because we're going to bring that up to the end. So we can get rid of that one, we can get rid of this piece here, and we can just bring this just like that. We can swing that around and we can then bring this up, and then what we want to do is also bring another one here, and then we've already got that one there, so that works as it should. And then we can bring this one up and we can bring this across, and we also want another one over here, so we can swing that up there, and then we can actually have a look and see how this is going to look and how it's going to work. So now if we have a look at how this is going to work, which I think is going to work pretty well, because we can just extend these out. So we can just extend these out. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I am in creative mode, and I am using the camera system as well, just so I can kind of do this quite quickly, and we can actually see how it's all looking at the same time. So if we bring them out so they're all level, see, I think that works quite nicely, having it like that. And then also we need to do the same for the building blocks, depending on what the building blocks are actually used for. So, but to be honest, with the building blocks probably not being used for a lot of things, we can kind of keep this on this outside line, because we will have plates over this side, and I'm probably going to next do the machinery parts as well, which I quite possibly will bring to this level, which means I'll probably have to move the building blocks across one just so I can keep it all uniform. So what we'll probably do next is do the machine parts. We'll bring the machine parts over to here. What I'll probably try and do is utilize this one here so we're not dragging too much off one set of conveyor belts, and just to make it all look a little bit more uniform as well. So what I think we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will get rid of those, and we will drop this down just here, if it will let me. There we go, perfect. And then we can just bring the conveyor belt over this way, so we can now put a merger just down here. We'll get rid of these two here, and the merger, we can then bring this back up and we can just carry that space along there. And this one here we can just bring across like this, and we kind of know then where our placement's going to be for our assemblers to do our machine parts. So if we do it sort of this way round, where we can place the assembler in a way like that, and then we'll do 3 lots of those. And then storage, so storage you can temporarily put it just like I have here next to it, or what I will probably do in my main let's play, I will probably do a separate storage room. So I'll probably split the belts off at some point down the line, and I'll put it all into a storage room. Not too sure how I'm going to go about doing it, whether I do it sort of at the end of the bus or, you know, haven't quite decided that yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll get there and figure it out in my main let's play. So we can put our 2 storage just over here. Now we can kind of figure out how we're going to do all this. So first of all, we're going to put our loaders just in here like this, and we can connect this up pretty much straight away, and that will be loading them into there. And then we'll just configure these assemblers to do machine parts, and we'll start getting them on production so they're all loaded up and ready to go. And then from here we're going to do an output. Now I am trying to work out the best way to actually do this, so I think what we'll do is we'll just do them there, and then possibly one here, and obviously then we want to go into them there. So we'll change these to the outputs just so they are ready, and then we can place for our splitter just here. So we can either place it, so I think placing it here will probably be a good idea, because then we can just drag this straight across to here and it can go straight into storage. We can swing this round back on itself, and then we can just bring this straight across here, and we can pop that there, and we can bring this back up, and that will basically give it our machine parts. So we've got our machine parts added down the line just down here. Oh, it is a little bit far away, so what I might do is just swing this round. Yeah, in fact that's what I might do. I'm probably going to we'll delete them, and we'll quickly delete them, and then what I think I'll do is I'll bring it back round on itself, just to kind of save a little bit of space, and try and merge it all kind of together as one. And then we can bring this up here, and we can bring that down. Now we can extend all of these, and we can see how it all looks kind of together, and it is sort of blending all into one. Now once we kind of expand all of these, you'll kind of see how it's all going to work out. So from here, I think what the best way to do it is, I do want to merge these again, and I think I want to merge them, and I do want to kind of bring them on each one, just so it just opens up, I think, a lot of availabilities, and I think it'll just look pretty cool when all this is full. To be honest with you, I think it's going to look absolutely great. So for now, let's just carry on expanding all of these so they're all kind of the same length, so we can kind of see exactly what we are doing with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and work out how we are going to bring all of these machine parts over to where we need it to be, basically. So we're going to get rid of this lot first. I think what we're going to need to do is shorten this one a little bit. So what we need is a merger here going in that direction, so we can bring it around and flip it up this way. We then need to bring this across to here. We need to flip it around and flip it around again. We then need to put another merger just down here, or a splitter should I say. That can bring across here. No, it's going to have to go one more back, so that's not going to work how I kind of wanted it to be. Okay, so we rotate this round, we'll rotate that round again, and then we can put our splitter just hit here. We can bring this one round and we can follow this one along, and we're probably going to have to be about there, I think is the right spot. Yep, perfect. So what we can do is swing this one down a little bit, or should we keep it on the same level? We can probably keep it there, I think is a good idea. Put one there, and then we can just rotate this one all the way along to here. And as I said, we're going to move these all around here. So we want to just delete them and delete these, and then we just want to swing that round just here for now, so they can extend out here a little bit. Then what we can do is bring this up, and we can bring this out. So that is that, and then we can just pop these here, and I think that is going to be looking good. We just need one more here, and then we can bring this out, and they're all roughly around the same coming up. So that's kind of good. And what have I done here? I just need to connect it down here if it will let me in this view. Don't think it's quite going to let me in this view, so we'll just pop down here, and there we go. Okay, so they should now all be loading up, and then we have machine parts as well. So next what we're going to do is electrical components, because that's going to be slightly more complicated because it's titanium rods and wire coils. And then after that, I think we'll go for something like conveyor belts. It's always good to have them in production, and your loaders as well. Your loaders were 3. I'm very interested to see if we can figure out a way to work that one. We'll probably do the conveyor belts and the loaders over here. We'll do the electrical components just over here. Now that's just rods and wire, so we can use this one here, which is, you know, perfect. And then electrical components I'm probably going to put right here, just because these 3 are all linked together. The rods, the wire coil, and the electrical components, plates and machine parts. Try and keep it a little bit as organized as we possibly can. So that will fill up all of these, and then our bus system will be full. And we just got to squeeze in some conveyor belts, some loaders, things like that really. So I think in regards to the conveyor belts, the blocks and the loaders, to be honest with you, they can probably all kind of stay on the outside, I think, because the only way you'll need conveyors 1s, for instance, is when you upgrade into conveyor 2, etc. So I think having them just on the edge is probably the way to go, to be honest. So with that being said, let's go ahead and sort out our electrical components. So what we're going to do here is we're going to split them just like that. And then this is where I think it's going to be a little bit complicated, but it shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to bring them straight up and bring them out just like that. And then what we're going to do is bring this one round here, and we're just going to bring that one round there as well. What we're probably going to do is bring them pretty close together, and that should be about right. So from here now we can put our assemblers. So we need it about there. Should work absolutely fine. And we're going to do that, and then we're going to put our storage down, and that should work pretty well. We've kind of misplaced that one, so that, and then we can go ahead and we can put our loaders down again. So we're going to put that one there, that one there, that one there, and we're going to put our big ones or our second lane loaders just there. And then what we can do now is connect all of these together with our conveyor belts, so we can just go straight under that, and all of those are linked together. And then we can also just go straight from there. We're going to place this down first, just so we know where it's all going to go, and we just do that, and we can come back on ourselves and bring this out to here. So the electrical components, I want the other side of these rods, but we're going to have to come back a bit because we are going to have to split it. So we actually want to come back one more, and then we can flip this round and we can continue this one over here. So I think the best way to do it is to place our splitters down first. Let's put them all in the same position, so we know exactly what's, just because I think it will look a little bit more uniform than what I have been doing. I think it will look quite nice. I've done it again, haven't I? We don't need this one, so that's a bonus, and we just bring that to there, and we'll bring that round, and that should be good. So we'll add another one here just so we can slope up, and it will pretty much all look nice and good. So we'll bring these out to here. Then once we drag all the rest out, I think it will look real nice. So we're going to bring that out to here. Hopefully everyone is following along, but this is just me kind of just showing my take on the bus system, and kind of just also showing people how to build their bus system if you're not familiar with it. So now all we need to do is configure the assemblers, but silly me has kind of put them in a weird position. So hopefully we can just we'll just do this, and hopefully it will work as I intended it to work. So that one looks good there, that one looks good there, and hopefully everything will still work as it should. It should do, because it is still all connected. So electrical components there, we have electrical components and electrical component. So that seems to be working as it should, so we'll let that fill up, and once all that's filled up, I'll bring these out and we'll see how it all looks. So as you can see, our bus system is looking pretty nice indeed. Now I have quickly come to a realization that you don't need the all 4 lanes, just because obviously I took the plates from this side and I brought them over here to make the machinery parts, but in all fairness, I don't think I needed to, because as you can see here, splitting the wire coils to the other 3 belts that we have over here, it is kind of making production slow in regards to feeding the assemblers for the electrical components. So if I'm being completely honest with you, I have made a mistake, and I don't think you actually need these 2 here. I mean, maybe in late game you might need to expand a little bit wider and you might need to do this, but especially for your starter, I don't think you need them at all, so you can probably completely get rid of this. But this is kind of like why I like doing things like this in creative mode, because if I was on my main playthrough, I would have wasted so many resources doing this. So I'm definitely glad I did it this way, and obviously I'm showcasing to you guys what works and what doesn't work, and basically having 4 lanes of the rods and the plates doesn't really work, and it's not needed. It's completely over-engineered. So yeah, I've enjoyed making this video, and I've enjoyed doing a lot of sort of testing and building, but hopefully you got an idea of how to build a bus system. Now I'm still undecided about these 2 ways here, so I've kind of got this one on top, which I do kind of like the look of, to be honest with you. I like how they kind of go down the level to go and do what I need to do and then continue back up. I know at the start of this video I did say I preferred this one and how it works, but coming to realization I don't need these other 2 lanes. I do actually prefer the look of this one. I think it looks a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. But yeah, hopefully you found that video helpful and you did enjoy the video and enjoyed following along with me. If you do want to see my progress on my Let's Play series, just click on the video shown on screen now. I will be happy to see you all there. And it's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.